Hello guys, GB Shades here, and today I'm doing my story about my first ever 5 years of being connected to the Smash Bros. Crusade and the CMC Plus modding community. I don't know I can't do the 10-minute story about it, but I will at least try my best, so I hope you guys enjoy. During mid-2018, I was 13 years old and still in middle school at 7th grade. Every time where there's recess, I always come to the library to play on school computers. And I always play Mugen. I mean, all the time. Every time when I download Mugen, I download all the Super Smash Bros. Character in my roster. I mean, every time when I log in any school computer, I always do the Super Smash Bros. Mugen roster. Like, you know what I mean. Like, I've been obsessed with Super Smash Bros. In my entire life. Forgot to mention, I also played Super Smash Bros. 2 at my young age. Every time I was in YouTube, I always search up Super Smash Bros. 2 videos. I was loving that game until like a few months later, that's when I eventually got tired of playing it. I was still watching a YouTube video about Smash Bros. Until I click on the other Smash game that I never heard of. Now, this is called Super Smash Bros. Crusade 9.1. No, not the new version, or just 9.1. I haven't heard about this game, so I'm just looking for more info about this game. And it has characters that I know and have good gameplays and good, features. So I'm thinking myself, I'll start playing that tomorrow and see how it works. One day later, at my recess time, I went on a school computer to download that game, but I haven't found the 9.1 download link, but I do found the 9.2 download link. So I just started playing that version of this game, but all of a sudden I started enjoying this game. The first two characters that I ever played was Pac-Man and Phoenix Wright. That was the moment I started having so much connection with Crusade. During 2019, I was keep watching the Crusade videos, but I just realized you can make or add any mods in this game. That's when I try and look for mods, but I found that Game Banana website has some mods in there. The first 3 mods that I ever downloaded was Zero by Mythos, Shumograph by MPG Toaster, and Koopa by AmiZX. And I was having a blast with them. I even did a versus battle between my family members too. After a few months, I had more mods, but since I was using a 9.2 version, which basically have 8 mod characters limit, I cannot add any more mods. I know for sure I don't want to replace any mod character with the new ones. But on some new, that's where the original CMC build has arrived, with more character slots and more mods that I never heard of. I was having fun doing versus matches with my family members and my friends at school, and I know for sure that makes me want to make my own mod for the future that get me connected with the group. Now, during 2020, the era of the COVID-19 exists. That's where I first started to join by uploading posts in Game Banana, but that's when the cookie crumbled. I upload the wrong and mess up stuff like stealing some staging and uploading it, claiming that be my own. And I know some of you guys remember that I still Mashman Strike Hero, and I just realized to myself, I cannot just steal mods, which is the worst way of starting modding. I tried to post some request mods, but it turns out to be a failure. And I know it's about time I stop requesting or stealing and just make my mod attempt with my old cancel working in progress mod, Deadpool. I was using Guy mod as a template, but I just realized it turns out to be a disaster. But then some older mod wants to help on my mod, which is the username Ocarina of Time. If you don't know him, he's the guy that made Shy Guy mod. He helped me code some moveset, but It had some stolen snake moveset. It was so bad that I had to cancel it. I just about to not make any mods anymore, but I just realized myself that I should not give up and come up with something that's new to me, something that I want inside Crusade. And that's when my first mod ever was born, and his name is Tikki the Stickman. If you guys don't know who Tikki is, Tikki was one of my old drawings I did back in late 2012 to 2013. He's my first childhood drawing back then and now. I did some few comics and some crossover comics too. The first time I ever made a model of him was in Puyo Puyo vs 2. And I know for sure I really want to make him for CMC. So that's in this date, January 22, 2021. That's with my first mod ever created. And it turns out not good. The sprites I made for him is all blurry and he has a semi-stolen moveset. I have no help of calling at all, but that's when the era first begun. That one of CMC modder named Dragobot has introduced me on Discord. He helped me tweaking Tikki's moveset plus giving him a new render. I know for sure that's my first mod. I still have a chance to learn more about coding when making a second one. That's when I joined the Crusade server. During the 2021 era, that's where I turned worse to just an awful user. I made some few bad and mid mods that I cannot even mention. I cursed the developer out why my mods are not added, which is the worst mistake I have ever done. That makes me the worst user ever. I keep stealing every time to this point I was banned all the time. And just when I first started to make my attempt on making a Blaze, my worst mod, that's when the popular modder, Silvani, made his own version of Blaze to teach me a lesson of not stealing. That right there just changed my life forever. At this time, I tried my best to change completely. I will not make any cloud mods or any mods that have a beam fast match that often anymore. I will try to be original. That's where my mods are okay, but not mid at best. During 2022 and late 2023, that's where I started making cinematic font smashes for some of my mods like Tikki the Stick Girl and others. That's where I becoming the excellent modder. I pretty much know everything about Crusade coding. I'm learning so much that I decided to make one of my full games called Party Decorate Punch Time Explosion 2. And just where I become the golden modder, 3 of my mods has been officially added in version 8. I knew this day will come after change completely, and that's when I had to make a Cartoon Decorate full game on hold and start on my biggest project, which is Super Smash Bros. Goldenverse, and I have my team that can help me on it. A few months later, that's when I take a break on it and start making my own mod commission. I'm keep getting commissioner every time I open it again. It is going great as I expected. But here comes the tearing apart. I lost my Cartoon Decorate full game progress because of my data has been lost completely. So I had no choice to cancel the game. And my first Discord account just got hacked, so I had to move on to my second account, which my first server become abandoned. In 2024, that's when I joined as a coder for Crusade 9.5. I coded some 2-link blurs, Banjo-Kazooie Final Smash, and Super Saiyan Vegeta Final Smash. In my birthday, I released 10 characters. Not only that, but I changed my username from Goldie Brinks to GB Shades, just to know I had completely changed myself. I know myself that I'm losing my interest in modding, so I tried taking a month break, but otherwise that, I try my best to keep thinking positive stuff and keep doing commissions. And that's when in 2025 is my downfall. I have made my final mistake that almost gives me a heart-beating stress. Not only am I banned permanently, but I lost my drive that contains all my Crusade progress has washed away. I was so close about killing myself, but that's when I know for sure I can always start over. So here I am. I try to learn my mistakes, make new things, make new friends, make a new era. And that's my 5 years story. I'd like to give a huge shout out to some of you modders. If you're out here hearing this, I want you to know. So, Bonnie, thank you for changing me and my whole life. Without you, I'll be stuck here doing some cloud mods. Rigobot, thank you for introducing me to Crusade. Most of my mods are like inspired by you, especially my OCs too. I know for sure I have a stress in my life, so I like to say thank you to Dr. Context for giving me some tip what I should and need to improve on my life. And a huge, huge thanks to Sato for giving me a spirit of who I am. And a special thanks to all of you who watching me and support me throughout my 5 year of being with you guys. You guys mean so lot to me. I can never thank you guys enough because I know for sure that one day my heart will tell me I might change soon. Take care and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.